Good morning to you. It is Tuesday morning and we are here at Success Group's Mastermind. Today we have a room full of 6- and 7-figure businesses all committed to extreme growth, both in 2018 and also setting up for 2019. Really ambitious people in here, really achieving stuff. We've got people in here who are working across multiple countries, multiple continents. We've got people in here doing multiples of millions of pounds of turnover. And we've got people here doing hundreds. And every one of us is absolutely committed to growing our businesses throughout 2018 and into 2019. This morning I'm having a reflection session looking at our highlights of 2018, looking at some of our low points and looking at our learnings and our understandings and our growth throughout this year. Really important actually as we come to this time of the year, as we go into 2019, whilst it's just dates on a calendar, for example, it's a good opportunity to what I call cross the threshold into a new year, let go of some of the crap from last year that maybe didn't serve us and embrace the best of what we've got and the best of what we need moving forward so we can have ongoing every single year the best year we've ever had in life and in business. And that's my goal, to have the best year in life and business for every member of my success groups and my mastermind. That is my intent for everybody. I want them to have the best year in life and in business every single year. Keep up in their game, keep leveling up, keep pushing forward, keep getting greater success, rewards, and of course, overall experience of life. Have an awesome day. I'll share it with you. Make sure you do what you need to do in order to make the day count. And I'll check in with you in just a little bit. That brings us to the end of the first half of the day. We've just had lunch, as always, exquisite 5-star lunches, and just really blown away actually by the inspirational room we've got here today. Everyone is really finishing strong this year. Everyone's having a really big finish to their year, and of course everyone's gone through their challenges this year as well. The entrepreneurial journey is not one, unfortunately, that goes like that. We always have our ups and downs and our lumps and bumps, and that's where I keep saying this, being a part of an environment like this really earns its own weight in gold, or is worth its own weight in gold. It really is. Today we've had people from the kind of £100,000 mark getting advice from people in the multiple millions. We've also had people in the multiple millions taking advice from people in the hundreds of thousands of revenue and turnover. Don't think just because you're a larger business that you have nothing to learn from a smaller business, and don't think as a smaller business that the advice that maybe you'll get from bigger business isn't relevant to where you are. When you have a room like this, what's nice about it is you've got everyone who's on their own unique journey. They've all got their own businesses, but we do share common problems. Now, some of the people in the room have already overcome those problems and can fast track you through what would otherwise be a turbulent time for you. But equally, you know, having businesses of different sizes and a really a variety of different industry sectors, etc., really helps what I call that cross-pollination of ideas, but also the wisdom and the knowledge and the skills, etc. And okay, it just keeps on paying off. For me, to be running these, but also to be a member of this particular mastermind is something that makes me very, very proud, but also I'm honoured to be part of it. So anyway, I've got to jump back in there, but I'm telling you now, I keep saying this on these days, if you do not have a group like this, or you're not surrounded by people who support you like this, they've got your best interests at heart, that will support you and treat you for who you are today and who you want to become in the future, rather than maybe who you were in the past. People who will kick you up the arse when you need it and make you do some of the stuff that maybe you don't want to do, but also be sympathetic and empathetic to you and your needs in those times when inevitably business can be really tough. I'm telling you now, you need to go and get yourself surrounded by those kinds of people that inspire you to think bigger, people that motivate you to do more, people that make you want to be better and be bigger and think bigger and everything else. If you do, I'm telling you now, it is proven over and over again, one of the absolute keys to success. If you don't know where to find one, come on, talk to me, right? I've got 3 of these right now, and we're launching the 4th one over in Dubai as we speak. I will catch up with you very, very soon. Have an awesome one. I'll share some stuff in the afternoon, and I'll check in with you at the end of the day. Have an awesome one. Okay, so that brings us to the conclusion of our last mastermind of the year. We have success groups tomorrow, and then that is that, apart from a few loose ends that need tying up before the end of the year. Anyway, a couple of things that came out of success groups today, or at Mastermind today specifically, which I thought I would pass on to you. So the first thing is this, okay, and that is that we spend more time working on our goals, in terms of working out our goals, than most people do actually working towards achieving their goals. The average lifespan of a goal is, I don't know, 20 days or 21 days or less than that even. However, for us, we will spend from now, we set the goal setting homework today, right the way through till middle, maybe even later in January. So a good 5 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, where people will be planning their goal setting for 2019. The reason being is really simple. It's 365 days of life that you're planning for, and success groups and on Mastermind, you're not just setting goals around your business, you're setting goals around your personal life as well. And the problem is, if you don't give goal setting the attention it needs, then you can end up with the wrong goals, which means one of two things. You either end up chasing the wrong goals and achieving the wrong goals and committing yourself to wrong goals, or it means you're constantly double guessing yourself whether or not what you're doing is the right thing or not. And what you want to be able to do is trust in the goals that you've set, so that you can just get your foot down, plant it to the floor, and absolutely churn through 2019. It's the equivalent of having a roadmap. You know, you're going to go on a trip, and instead of constantly having to check back to the map, you've got your instructions, you know where you're meant to be at the time you're meant to be there, and all you need to do is keep your eyes on the horizon, bury the accelerator, and churn up the miles. It's the same with goal setting. So if you are going to embark upon goal setting, and you need to, because it's the number one thing that successful people do, then really give it the due care and attention. Don't set the goals that you're hoping will happen. Don't set the goals you're wishing for. Set the stuff you absolutely will be committing to throughout 2019. Give yourself a stretch goal, which is one that inspires you, it's ambitious, it excites you, motivates you, makes you maybe get up a little bit early in the morning because it's big and everything else. However, don't make it so big that it's either terrifying or daunting, or more importantly, it's impossible to achieve. There's a sweet spot, okay, and the goal setting program that I give all these guys absolutely finds that sweet spot. So you want to make sure you're doing your goal setting, absolutely give it the care and attention that it demands, it deserves, given the fact it's a whole year's worth of work. Right, I'll check in with you later. Have an awesome one, and as I keep saying, do what you need to do in order to get done what you need to get done to stay on track for your short-term objectives and your long-term goals. I'll see you when we get home. Okay, so I'm about to call it a day, but before I do, just want to check in with you and make sure you've had an awesome day. Make sure that you enjoy yourself, you love your life, you love your business the way that we do. I have to say, when I come back from Mastermind and the other work that we do, sometimes I have to kind of pinch myself just to make sure it's real. I genuinely love what I do. You know, today, for example, was hanging out in a mastermind with like-minded individuals, really aspirational, inspirational entrepreneurs. And that's my day, that's my work, that's my business day today. And yeah, it doesn't get any better for me. So my message really to finish on here with you is, as we approach the end of 2018 and we start looking at setting our goals for 2019, if you are not getting the same kind of satisfaction out of your business and out of the work that you're doing, then please set the goals in 2019 that you need to move everything forward towards where you'd want it to be. It's unlikely, if you're in business, that you're going to be able to just stop dealing with with the clients that you currently work with, and then just have the luxury of changing to a new client base, or maybe stop doing the service that you currently provide and start doing a new service, or stop the business you're doing and create a new business. Most of us, we've got bills to pay, we've got obligations, etc. So you want to look at this as like a project that you're running. You know, if you think about it, time is on our side. And if you set goals over the long term, you really can make huge transitions in life. So, for example, if you really aren't satisfied in the business that you're currently having, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, or you're not enjoying who you're doing it for, then set the goals next year that are like a project that move you towards it. You know, whether it took you maybe 12 months to transition your business into one that you truly loved, or maybe even if it took you 18 months or 24 months, if you're willing to play the long game, you really can transition yourself out of wherever it is you are right now into this unbelievable future that is on offer to you as an entrepreneur. You have an unprecedented opportunity of what I call entrepreneurial freedom. That is to do what you want, the way you want, when you want, with who you want, for who you want, for the wealth that you want. If you're not fully satisfied, set the goals, treat it like a project, transition into the business that you dream of running. Make sure you make 2019 count. Otherwise, we just end up perpetuating what it is that we're currently doing. Invest in the future. Do what you need to do now so that you create the business that you want to work in 6 months, 12 months, even 18 months from now. Hope you have an awesome day. Hope you've been massively productive, and I'll see you tomorrow.